There is a power within you, not a metaphor, not a myth, but a current, a fire that flows through every cell of your being. It is your sexual energy, and it is far more than what you've been taught to believe. We've been conditioned to see it as lust, desire, biology. But those are just fragments, shadows of something far more potent. This energy is life itself. The same force that creates new life can also be the source of your vitality, your creativity, your passion, and yes, your eternal youth. So what does it mean to stay young? Not the age on your ID, not the smoothness of your skin. True youth is a feeling, a spark in your eyes, a lightness in your step, an unshakable curiosity, a hunger for life. This kind of youth doesn't fade with years. It fades when we disconnect from our inner source, when sexual energy is wasted through distraction, compulsion, and unconscious habits. We begin to feel tired, foggy, disconnected. But when we learn to transmute it, to refine it, everything changes. Imagine turning raw fire into focused light. You don't suppress the energy, you don't fear it, you harness it, you guide it, you raise it, from the lower centers of the body, up the spine, into the heart, the mind, and the soul. This is transmutation. This is the secret mystics, sages, warriors, and visionaries have practiced for centuries. So how do you begin? You breathe deep, conscious, rhythmic. You move mindfully with purpose. You channel into your art, your mission, your presence. You watch the energy rise, not explode. You begin to feel clearer, stronger, lighter. Your skin glows. Your voice deepens. Your eyes sharpen. You become magnetic, not because of how you look, but because of what you radiate. This is the alchemy of youth, and the raw material is already inside you. Let go of the idea that your best years are behind you. Let go of the belief that energy is something to chase in a bottle or a diet. The fountain of youth is already flowing. It's in your breath, your intention, your sacred, silent choice to rise above instinct and live from a higher flame. You are not here to merely survive. You are here to create, to inspire, to burn with life until your final breath. And it all begins with a choice to transmute, to awaken, to return to the source, your source. 1. Introduction to sexual energy as life force. There's a force inside you that exists before thought, beyond language. It is the first spark that animates life. It is the power behind birth, growth, and creation, and it flows through you every single day, often unnoticed, often misunderstood. That force is sexual energy, but not in the narrow, surface-level way we've been conditioned to see it. It's not just about desire or attraction, and it's certainly not limited to physical intimacy. It is far more primal, more essential, more sacred. Sexual energy is your raw life force. It's the very energy that formed your body in the womb, the same energy that fuels your heartbeat, your breath, your instinct to survive and thrive. In ancient traditions, from Taoist inner alchemy to yogic tantra, this energy is called many names: Kai, Prana, Kundalini. But no matter the name, the essence is the same. It is the foundation of your physical vitality, emotional power, and spiritual awakening. This is the energy that drives all growth. It's the current that moves through all living beings. It's what makes the flowers bloom, the oceans pulse, the stars burn. When you're aligned with this energy, you feel alive. There's a fire behind your eyes, a clarity in your mind, a rhythm in your body. You radiate something invisible but undeniable. It doesn't matter if you're in your 20s or your 60s. When this energy flows freely, you feel ageless. Not because you're avoiding time, but because you're in tune with the timeless. Yet, most people have never been taught what this energy truly is. We're taught to either indulge it blindly or repress it completely. Both paths lead to imbalance, drainage, confusion, and disconnection from our deeper power. But when you begin to understand sexual energy as your life force, you unlock a deeper truth. This energy is not meant to be wasted. It's meant to be refined, elevated, and channeled into every part of your life, your body, your purpose, your creativity, your healing, your evolution. This is the beginning of remembering who you really are, of reconnecting to the source within the silent power that has always been there, waiting for your attention. Transmutation is not suppression, it is not denial. It is the art of elevation, of taking energy in one form and consciously transforming it into another, more refined expression. It's a principle as old as time, woven into the heart of alchemy, both physical and spiritual. Just as heat turns water into vapor, and pressure turns coal into diamond, your sexual energy, when consciously directed, can become something far greater than physical release. It can become vitality, creativity, mental clarity, spiritual insight. This concept isn't abstract, it's deeply practical. Every emotion, every impulse, every surge of desire is energy, and energy is neutral until you decide what to do with it. You can let it spill out unconsciously, leaving you feeling depleted and scattered, or you can harness it, refocus it, use it to build, to heal, to create, to rise. Transmutation begins the moment you choose awareness over impulse. It's in the pause between sensation and action. It's in the breath you take before reacting. It's in the shift from external craving to internal presence. In ancient Eastern philosophies, especially in Taoist and yogic traditions, transmutation is a sacred practice. The sexual energy that fuels reproduction can also rise up the spine, activating the energy centers, what some call chakras or meridians, bringing not just vitality, but also a deeper connection to purpose and inner peace. It's described as turning lead into gold, not chemically, but energetically, turning base instincts into higher consciousness. Even in the lives of great thinkers, artists, and visionaries throughout history, you'll find this hidden thread. They knew how to convert desire into drive, passion into purpose, urge into creation. This wasn't willpower, this was mastery, the ability to direct their inner fire. To transmute sexual energy is to reclaim your power from unconscious habits and recirculate it into your body, mind, and spirit. It doesn't mean abandoning your sexuality. It means expanding it, letting it fuel more than a moment, letting it become a sustained force behind everything you do. Eternal youth has become one of the most powerful and misunderstood desires of the modern world. It's sold in bottles, promised in surgical procedures, and chased through trends and technologies. But what most people are really seeking is not youth itself, but the feeling of being fully alive. True youth isn't just smooth skin or a number on a birth certificate. It's that internal brightness, that effortless enthusiasm. It's waking up with energy. It's laughing from the gut. It's moving through life with curiosity, with openness, with fire behind your actions. This state of being, this inner vibrancy, is not reserved for the young. It is available to anyone who is connected to their life force, to the flow of energy that animates their body and mind. It's not about escaping time, it's about deepening your connection to the moment, to the now, to your own inner flame. When sexual energy is transmuted and circulated throughout the body, it nourishes your cells, sharpens your senses, and revitalizes your nervous system. You begin to carry yourself differently. not from ego but from alignment. Your presence becomes magnetic, not because of how you look, but because of what you radiate. You emit vitality. You become a source of energy rather than someone who constantly seeks it. Look at nature. Trees don't chase youth, they grow deeper roots. They become stronger, more balanced, more whole. The same is true for us when we stop chasing the illusion of eternal youth and begin tapping into the deeper energy that sustains it. What many consider aging is often just the slow dulling of energy, the accumulation of stress, the loss of inner connection, the drain of misused or stagnant life force. But when you tap into that primal current again, when you circulate it consciously, it feeds you from the inside out. You don't feel tired as often. Your skin begins to glow. Your eyes sharpen. Your spirit lifts. People may not know why, but they feel it when you enter a room. Not younger, but timeless. Not louder, but more alive. Because you're not running on caffeine, on adrenaline, or on approval. You're running on life energy, refined and reawakened. Sexual energy is among the most powerful forces a human being can experience yet in today's world. It's also one of the most misused, misunderstood, and exploited. We live in a culture that both glorifies and trivializes it. It's everywhere, on screens, in ads, in the subconscious wiring of modern life. We're constantly stimulated but rarely satisfied, constantly aroused, yet deeply disconnected from what that energy is actually meant for. When sexual energy is misused, when it's spilled without awareness, consumed compulsively, or used solely for short-term pleasure, it leads to more than just momentary exhaustion. It creates a deeper depletion of physical vitality, emotional stability, and mental clarity. It dulls the senses. It shortens attention spans. It numbs the ability to feel deeply, not just sexually, but emotionally, spiritually, and creatively. Instead of energizing your system, misused sexual energy drains it. The body becomes sluggish. The mind becomes foggy. Motivation drops. Focus weakens. Confidence erodes. It may not be obvious all at once. It shows up subtly in procrastination, irritability, restlessness, dissatisfaction, even depression. Over time, this creates a cycle of seeking more stimulation to make up for the emptiness. More scrolling, more distractions, more dopamine hits. But what's really happening is that the body's most sacred fuel is being burned out, rather than transformed. Sexual energy is meant to build life, not just relieve tension. It's designed to create not just biologically, but artistically, intellectually, spiritually. When it's used unconsciously, it anchors you to the lower instincts: craving, escape, indulgence, repetition. It becomes a loop that keeps your energy trapped in survival mode, unable to rise. And because of that, many people never discover their true potential, not because they lack intelligence or passion, but because they've lost access to the power that fuels both. They live in a chronic state of fatigue, confusion, or emotional volatility, not realizing that the root of their imbalance lies in how they relate to their own primal energy. This is not about shame, it's about awareness, about recognizing that sexual energy is not casual and it's not meaningless. It has consequences when misused and immense rewards when mastered. One of the greatest misunderstandings about sexual energy is the belief that it must be repressed or denied in order to gain control over it. But repression is not mastery, it is resistance, and whatever you resist, you feed with unconscious power. Suppressing sexual energy creates inner conflict. It tightens the body, agitates the mind, and often leads to guilt, shame, or hidden compulsions. The path to transformation does not require you to reject your sexuality. It requires you to reclaim it, to no longer be ruled by it nor afraid of it, to see it not as a problem, but as a profound source of energy that can be elevated, refined, and redirected toward your higher self. Harnessing sexual energy means taking ownership of it. It means cultivating awareness when desire rises and choosing how that energy will move, whether it will drain you or feed you. It means becoming the conductor of your own inner current, not letting it run wild and uncontrolled, nor burying it in silence or fear. This is not about celibacy, it's about conscious choice. It's about being able to feel the intensity of desire and know that you have more than one outlet for it. You can express it in art, in focused work, in healing, in devotion, in movement, in silence. You can circulate it through your body instead of discharging it out of habit. The practice is subtle. It requires presence. It begins with recognizing that sexual energy is not just something that belongs to the body. It belongs to your entire being. When harnessed skillfully, it doesn't diminish your sensuality. It deepens it. It doesn't take away pleasure. It expands it beyond the physical into emotional richness, spiritual depth, and creative expression. This energy, when not wasted, becomes available for your voice, your vision, your mission in life. It becomes fuel for transformation, for courage, for intimacy that is not only physical, but energetic and soulful. Harnessing means having access to your energy at will, not as something that overpowers you, but as something you direct with wisdom, clarity, and intention. When sexual energy is transmuted and elevated, something remarkable begins to happen, not just in the body, but in the mind. What once felt like raw, chaotic desire transforms into focus, insight, and heightened perception. Mental fog clears. Thoughts become more precise. You begin to think not just quickly, but deeply. This energy, when cultivated, sharpens the nervous system. It brings the body and mind into a state of alert calm, a readiness without tension, a presence without distraction. You feel more in control, not by force, but through natural coherence. Because your energy is no longer leaking through compulsive habits or emotional volatility, it stays with you, supporting your thoughts, your creativity, your decision-making. You begin to notice patterns. You hear the silence between your thoughts. You access a deeper stillness, even in the middle of a chaotic world. Emotionally, transmutation stabilizes your inner landscape. It gives you the ability to respond rather than react. Where there was once impulsiveness, there is now choice. Where there was anxiety or restlessness, there is a grounded strength. On a deeper level, as this energy rises through the body's internal pathways, it begins to awaken what many traditions call the spiritual centers, the higher chakras or energy points. What was once physical becomes subtle. Desire becomes devotion. Craving transforms into connection with something greater than the self. This is where transmutation transcends self-improvement and becomes a spiritual path, not a path of withdrawal, but of awakening. You begin to feel aligned not just with your purpose, but with life itself. There is a quiet intelligence that begins to emerge, an intuitive knowing, a feeling of being guided by something vast and alive within you. Practices like deep breathwork, meditation, mantra, movement, or even stillness become ways of refining the energy, raising it from the lower centers to the higher. You begin to feel energy move up the spine, expanding the heart, illuminating the mind, activating the crown. This isn't theoretical, it's felt, tangible, real. Spiritual traditions across cultures have described this awakening in many ways: Kundalini rising, enlightenment, divine union not as an escape from the world, but as emerging with something deeper than the body, deeper than thought. And sexual energy, when respected and transmuted, is often the ignition point. It becomes the bridge between your human nature and your divine potential, between instinct and inspiration, between survival and transcendence. Understanding the power of sexual energy is just the beginning. The true transformation happens when you learn to work with it, when you take practical steps to consciously transmute this potent force into vitality and creative power. One of the most accessible and powerful tools is breath. Breathing consciously, deep, slow, intentional breath anchors you in the present moment and directs energy flow within the body. Breath acts like a valve, allowing you to either release tension or circulate energy upward. Techniques such as diaphragmatic breathing, alternate nostril breathing, or breath retention create awareness and control, helping to move sexual energy from the lower abdomen through the spine and into the chest and head. Meditation is another essential practice. Meditation quiets the mind's chatter and cultivates a space where you can observe your impulses without being driven by them. Through focused attention and mindfulness, you learn to hold your energy instead of reacting unconsciously. Visualization during meditation can help. Imagine the energy as a warm light rising slowly, nurturing every part of your body and mind. Movement practices like yoga, Qigong, and Tai Chi are designed to harmonize energy flow. These arts focus on gentle stretching, breath coordination, and mindful movement to open blocked channels and circulate energy freely. The physical postures also build strength and flexibility, grounding you in your body while enhancing your energetic sensitivity. Another method is creative expression, channeling sexual energy into art, music, writing, or any form of creation. When desire and passion are transformed into creation, the energy is no longer fragmented or wasted, but becomes a source of fulfillment and expansion. This process connects you to purpose and deepens your experience of joy. Focus and intention play a critical role. Before you begin any activity, whether work, exercise, or rest, set a clear intention about how you want your energy to be used. This simple practice shifts your consciousness from passive reaction to active participation in your own energetic life. Finally, cultivating self-awareness throughout daily life is key. Notice the moments when your energy surges, whether through attraction, excitement, or frustration, and consciously decide how to direct that energy. This could be as simple as taking a few deep breaths before responding or choosing to move your body instead of acting on impulse. By integrating these practices, you begin to master the flow of your sexual energy, not by force, but through gentle guidance and understanding. You awaken a deep sense of control and freedom, allowing your vitality to expand naturally, sustainably, and powerfully. When you learn to transmute your sexual energy consciously, the transformation goes far beyond physical sensation. It reshapes your entire life experience. The benefits ripple through your body, mind, emotions, and spirit, creating a profound sense of vitality that feels like eternal youth. First, there's a noticeable boost in physical vitality. You'll find your energy levels increase naturally without the need for stimulants or quick fixes. Your body feels lighter, stronger, more resilient. Recovery from stress or exertion happens faster. This is because the energy that might have been scattered or wasted is now circulating efficiently, nourishing every cell and organ. On the mental level, clarity and focus sharpen. Your thoughts become more organized, your memory improves, and creative solving flows effortlessly. Without the drain of unconscious sexual habits, your mental bandwidth expands. You experience a calm yet alert mind that allows you to engage deeply with your goals and passions. Emotionally, transmutation brings balance and stability. You become less reactive to stress or emotional triggers. There's a deeper connection to your feelings without being overwhelmed by them. This emotional resilience allows for healthier relationships, both with yourself and others, rooted in presence rather than attachment or anxiety. Spiritually, the benefits unfold as a deepening sense of connection and purpose. Many who practice this art describe an awakening of inner wisdom and intuition. You begin to feel aligned with your life path and more connected to the world around you. This connection nurtures compassion, empathy, and a sense of belonging to something greater than yourself. On a social level, people often notice a shift in your presence and charisma. There's an intangible magnetism that draws others in, not based on physical appearance alone, but on the radiant energy you emit. You speak with confidence, listen with depth, and inspire trust simply by being fully present. Creativity blossoms in all areas, whether in art, work, problem solving, or personal projects. This renewed creative force stems from the redirected sexual energy, now fueling your drive to express, build, and innovate. You feel motivated not just to do more, but to do what truly matters. Ultimately, these benefits combine to create a life infused with joy, passion, and resilience. You move through challenges with grace and maintain a youthful spark, not because time stops, but because your inner energy remains vibrant, fluid, and alive. Transmuting sexual energy is not a one-time event or a quick fix. It is a lifelong journey of self-discovery, discipline, and growth. It requires patience, compassion, and consistent effort to deepen your awareness and refine your relationship with this powerful force. Like any skill worth mastering, it unfolds gradually. Some days will feel effortless, where energy flows freely and you feel deeply connected to your vitality. Other days may bring challenges, moments when old habits or distractions pull you away from presence. This is natural and part of the process. Embracing a lifelong practice means committing to ongoing exploration. It means returning again and again to the practices that ground you: breath, movement, meditation, creative expression, and integrating them into your daily life. It's about creating rituals that honor your energy cycles rather than ignoring or fighting them. This practice also invites a deepening relationship with yourself. You learn to listen to your body's signals, to recognize when you need rest or renewal, and when to engage fully with passion and purpose. You cultivate trust in your own inner guidance, knowing that your sexual energy is a wise ally, not a wild enemy. Community and connection can also support this journey. Sharing experiences with others who honor conscious energy work can inspire and encourage you, helping you stay committed and open to growth. Learning from different traditions and teachers enriches your understanding and offers new perspectives on how to refine your practice. Importantly, this lifelong path is not about perfection, it's about presence. It's about showing up for yourself with curiosity, kindness, and courage. It's about allowing your sexual energy to evolve naturally as you evolve, flowing with the rhythms of your life. Through this commitment, you reclaim your birthright, a vibrant, vital existence where your energy supports your dreams, fuels your creativity, and connects you deeply to the source of eternal youth within you.